Hey guys, it's Cassia ASMR, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you movie recommendations of all different genres, and I will be doing that while eating this massive bowl of popcorn. So I decided to do this one in soft spoken because a few people said they really enjoyed like my soft spoken video that I made maybe like a week ago, and I only have like one soft spoken video, and just for this kind of like movie review I thought that it might fit better. I'm going to be using Letterboxd on my iPad because I'm filming on my iPhone. So I'll be kind of just starting from like a random movie. And yeah, I'll be reading like a short description for every movie, and they'll be in like no particular order, so it'll be random genres throughout, and yeah, I'll tell you what I thought of the movie, like out of 5 stars I mean, and yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to start from the bottom of my list and then go up. So first we have To Kill a Mockingbird, which is from 1962. The rare film story of a father who must expose his children to a small town's outraged passions and can only protect them with his love. Obviously, this is a very popular movie. I have popular movies in here that are quite well known, and I also have some movies that are probably not so well known, so I have a good mixture of everything. Scout Finch, 6, and her older brother Jem live in sleepy Maycomb, Alabama, spending much of their time with their friend Dill and spying on their reclusive and mysterious neighbor Boo Radley. When Atticus, their widowed father and a respected lawyer, defends a black man named Tom Robinson against fabricated charges, the trial and tangent events expose the children to evils of racism and stereotyping. So I gave it 5 stars. I'm pretty generous with my movie reviews, just so you guys know. I'm a very positive person. It's rare that I don't enjoy a movie, but To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic, so although some of the comments on this letterbox are so random. Gregory Peck invented the daddy kink. Atticus Finch is a man. It's literally just like everyone frothing over Gregory Peck. Okay, next up we have The Shining from 1980. He came as the caretaker, but this hotel had its own guardians who'd been there a long time. Jack Torrance accepts a caretaker job at the Overlook Hotel, where he, along with his wife Wendy and their son Danny, must live isolated from the rest of the world for the winter, but they aren't prepared for the madness that lurks within. So I've also given this 5 stars, surprise, surprise. But Shelley Duvall, who was Wendy Torrance, Jack Nicholson's wife in the movie, she was like incredibly captivating. Like The movie is a very slow burn for those who haven't seen it. It's definitely, I'd say like a horror. Actually, what is the genre? Horror and thriller. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Amazing movie. It's like 3 hours long, I think. 2 or 3 hours. And it's well worth it. It's very captivating. And yeah. I've seen it many times. Doctor Sleep is the sequel, and that is also a very, very well done sequel. I was hoping that it wouldn't ruin kind of like the first movie, The Shining. You know how some movies it's like, oh, it kind of ruined it now. It didn't ruin it, it just added to it. It was great. Next up we have Aliens, which is science fiction, horror, thriller, action from 1986. This time, it's war. When Ripley's life pod is found by a salvage crew over 50 years later, she finds that terraformers are on the very planet they found the alien species. When the company sends a family of colonists out to investigate her story, all contact is lost with the planet and colonists. They enlist Ripley and the colonial marines to return and search for answers. Obviously, I've seen Alien, the original, but Aliens was just so fun. It even had some like comedic, lines in it. The relationship between Ridley Scott, Sigourney Weaver, what am I saying? Sigourney Weaver and the child, what was her name? Newt in the movie was just, yeah, it was great. A really fun movie, and for its time even, it was pretty high tech, I would say, like the special effects. I gave Aliens 5 stars as well. We also have we have Fatal Attraction, 1987, thriller drama. So, a look that led to an evening, a mistake he'll regret for the rest of his life. A married man's one-night stand comes back to haunt him when that lover begins to stalk him and his family. So this has Michael Douglas, and it's a good movie. I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't like my favorite movie ever, but it was really enjoyable, and yeah, I love Michael Douglas. He's a great actor, and he's been in a lot of my favorite movies, so Pretty Woman, 1990. Who knew? It was so much fun to be a hooker. When a millionaire wheeler dealer enters a business contract with a Hollywood hooker Vivian Ward, he loses his heart in the bargain. So this is romance comedy. It's a classic. Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Such a good movie. I gave it 5 stars. Ghost, 1990. A love that will last forever. Sam Wheat is a banker. Molly Jensen is an artist, and the two are madly in love. However, when Sam is murdered by his friend and corrupt business partner Carl Bruner over a shady business deal, he's left to roam the earth as a powerless spirit. When he learns of Carl's betrayal, Sam must seek the help of a psychic, Oda Mae Brown, to set things right and protect Molly from Carl and his goons. This is a mystery, fantasy, drama, romance, thriller, so a lot of genres in there. 5 stars again. I pretty much have a lot of my favorite top picks in this list, so the 5 stars shouldn't be too surprising, hopefully, because these are a lot of my top picks. This movie is so beautiful. It'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you a little bit scared. Yeah, it'll keep you on edge. It's amazing. I'm just gonna Sleeping with the Enemy, 1991. Self-defense is not murder. A young woman fakes her own death in an attempt to escape her nightmarish marriage, but discovers it is impossible to elude her controlling husband. This is also, why isn't this working? This is also Julia Roberts. I gave this 3.5 stars. I'm kind of comparing it to like a few other movies within the same, what do you call it, that are like very similar, and yeah, it's not my favorite of the other two that I'm thinking of, but it is really great. And don't forget, these ratings are out of 5 stars, so this is like a crime drama thriller. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. A horror, crime, thriller drama. To enter the mind of a killer, she must challenge the mind of a madman. Clarice Starling is a top student at the FBI's training academy. Jack Crawford wants Clarice to interview Dr. Hannibal Lecter, a brilliant psychiatrist who is also a violent psychopath, serving life behind bars for various acts of murder and cannibalism. Crawford believes that Lecter may have insight into a case, and that Starling, as an attractive young woman, may be just the bait to draw him out. This is a great horror movie with a good story behind it. There's a bunch of other movies in this series, like The Red Dragon. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 or 6 movies in this series, but The Silence of the Lambs is probably one of the best. Jennifer 8, 1992. Is anyone there? John Boleyn, a big city cop from LA, moves to a small town police force and immediately finds himself investigating a murder. Using theories rejected by his colleagues, Boleyn meets a young blind woman named Helena, whom he is attracted to. Meanwhile, a serial killer is on the loose and only John knows it. So this is a drama, thriller, mystery, crime. It has Uma Thurman in it, so it is a really great movie. Andy Garcia as well. I gave this one 4 stars. Yeah, super entertaining, and yeah, loved it. The Bodyguard, 1992. Never let her out of your sight. Never let your guard down. Never fall in love. A former Secret Service agent grudgingly takes an assignment to protect a pop idol who's threatened by a crazed fan. At first, the safety-obsessed bodyguard and the self-indulgent diva totally clash, but before long, all that tension sparks fireworks of another sort, and the love-averse tough guy is torn between duty and romance. So this is a drama, action, romance. It actually has Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner in it, and I rated this one 4 stars. It was a great movie. I just noticed that a lot of these movies I'm recommending to you are kind of in the 1990s era. But I do have movies kind of all throughout. I guess a lot of my favorite movies are from that era. I think they had like a lot more story back then, and I don't know, they were just a bit more captivating to me than some of today's new releases. When a Stranger Calls Back, 1993. Terror is twice as chilling the second time around. So this is actually a sequel. Julia is babysitting two young kids while a doctor and his wife are out. During the evening, a stranger knocks on the door asking Julia if she can call the auto club so he can get a tow. The phone line is dead though. This is all part of the act as he has made his way inside and abducted the two children. Horror and thriller. So, I gave this one 3 stars. It was a bit slow, but like the twist at the end, kind of the climax at the end, is pretty worth it if you're ready for like a slow burn. And yeah. Pulp Fiction, 1994. Just because you're a character doesn't mean you have character. A burger-loving hitman, a philosophical partner, a drug-addled gangster's mole, and a washed-up boxer converge in this sprawling, comedic crime caper. Their adventures unfurl in 3 stories that ingeniously trip back and forth in time. Crime thriller. Uma Thurman again, and it's Pulp Fiction. The Shawshank Redemption, 1994. Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. This is honestly probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm sure that's the same as a lot of other people, but framed in the 1940s for the double murder of his wife and her lover, upstanding banker Andy Dufresne begins a new life at the Shawshank prison, where he puts his accounting skills to work for an immoral warden. During his long stretch in prison, Dufresne comes to be admired by the other inmates, holding an older prisoner named Red for his integrity and unquenchable sense of hope. This is a crime drama. I gave this 5 stars. This movie was just amazing. The dialogue, the acting, the storyline, incredible. Leon the Professional, 1994. If you want a job done well, hire a professional. Leon, the top hitman in New York, has earned a rep as an effective cleaner. But when his next-door neighbors are wiped out by a loose cannon DEA agent, he becomes the unwilling custodian of a 12-year-old Matilda. Before long, Matilda's thoughts turn to revenge, and she considers following in Leon's footsteps. Crime action drama. Now, this has Natalie Portman in it as a little girl. I think this is kind of where her acting career started. It's also 5 stars. It's just the relationship between I think it's Jean Reno and Natalie Portman is just amazing. It was a very like interesting topic, considering he is a hitman and he's now looking after a little girl. So yeah. 7, 1995. 7 Deadly Sins, 7 Ways to Die. 2 homicide detectives are on a desperate hunt for a serial killer whose crimes are based on the 7 deadly sins in this dark and haunting film that takes viewers from the tortured remains of one victim to the next. The seasoned Detective Somerset researches each sin in an effort to get inside the killer's mind, while his novice partner Mills scoffs at his efforts to unravel the case. Crime, mystery, thriller. It has Morgan Freeman, it has Brad Pitt, Gwyneth Paltrow. Great cast. I gave this one 5 stars too. Primal Fear, 1996. Sooner or later, a man who wears two faces forgets which one is real. An arrogant, high-powered attorney takes on the case of a poor altar boy found running away from the scene of a grisly murder of the bishop who has taken him in. The case gets a lot more complex when the accused reveals that there may or may not have been a third person in the room. The intensity builds when a surprise twist alters everyone's perception of the crime. This is a drama, crime, thriller, mystery. It has Richard Gere and Edward Norton in it. I would say this is one of Edward Norton's best roles. He did such a convincing portrayal of the character, and yeah, this one got 5 stars from me as well. A Time to Kill, 1996. A young lawyer defends a black man accused of murdering 2 white men who his 10-year-old daughter, sparking a rebirth of the KKK. This is a crime, thriller, drama, and it has Kevin Spacey, Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, Samuel L. Jackson, Ashley Judd, a lot of big-time actors, 5 stars. This movie is quite emotional. I wouldn't watch it if you're really upset by kind of RAPE, but obviously there is revenge to be had, so yeah, it's a really, really great movie. Scream, 1996. Someone has taken their love of scary movies one step too far. A killer known as Ghostface begins killing off teenagers, and as the body count begins rising, one girl and her friends find themselves contemplating the rules of horror films as they find themselves living in a real-life one. Mystery, crime, horror. Scream is just one of my favorite horror movie franchises. It's so fun, and it's just really enjoyable to watch. You can watch it multiple times, and it's always a fun horror movie to watch. 5 stars. Kiss the Girls, 1997. Smart girls, pretty girls, missing girls. Forensic psychologist Alex Cross travels down to North Carolina and teams with escaped kidnap victim Kate McTiernan to hunt down Casanova, a serial killer who abducts strong-willed women and forces them to submit to his demands. The trail leads to Los Angeles, where the duo discovers that the psychopath may not be working alone. This is a drama, crime, mystery, thriller. I gave this one 3.5 stars. It has Ashley Judd, which is one of my favorite actresses, and also Morgan Freeman. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997. If you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried. As they celebrate their high school graduation, 4 friends are involved in a hit-and-run accident when their car hits and apparently kills a pedestrian on an isolated roadway. They dispose of the body and vow to keep the incident a secret, and a year later, somebody starts sending them letters bearing the warning, "I know what you did last summer." This is a mystery horror thriller. It has Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Philippe, Freddie Prinze Jr. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's a very fun horror movie. Yeah, it's like a slasher, so. Titanic, 1997. Nothing on earth could ever come between them. 101-year-old Rose DeWitt Bukater, I don't know how to say her last name, tells the story of her life aboard the Titanic 84 years later. A young Rose boards the ship with her mother and fiancé. Meanwhile, Jack Dawson and Fabrizio Di Rossi win third-class tickets aboard the ship. Rose tells the whole story from Titanic's departure through to its death and on its first and last voyage on April 15th, 1912. Drama romance, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet. Yeah, one of my favorite romance stories. Makes me sad. The Parent Trap, 1998. Twice the fun, double the trouble. Hallie Parker and Annie James are identical twins, separated at a young age because of their parents' divorce. Unknowingly to their parents, the girls are sent to the same summer camp, where they meet, discover the truth about themselves, and then plot with each other to switch places. This is a really, really fun Disney movie. It's a family romance comedy. Has Lindsay Lohan as a little girl. I gave this one 5 stars. It's like one of my favorite kind of childhood movies. It's really fun. Meet Joe Black, 1998. Sooner or later, everyone does. When the Grim Reaper comes to collect the soul of mega mogul Bill Parrish, he arrives with a proposition. Host him for a vacation among the living in trade for a few more days of existence. Parrish agrees, and using the pseudonym Joe Black, Death begins taking part in Parrish's daily agenda and falls in love with the man's daughter. Yet when Black's holiday is over, so is Parrish's life. This is a fantasy drama romance. It has Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, Claire Forlani. Yeah, this one, Brad Pitt was amazing in this movie. It's a bit heartfelt, a bit sad, but a great watch. I gave this one 5 stars too. Ten Things I Hate About You, 1999. How do I loathe thee? Let me count the ways. On the first day at his new school, Cameron instantly falls for Bianca, the gorgeous girl of his dreams. The only problem is that Bianca is forbidden to date until her ill-tempered, completely undateable older sister Kat goes out too. In an attempt to solve this problem, Cameron singles out the only guy who could possibly be a match for Kat, a mysterious bad boy with a nasty reputation of his own. Comedy, romance, drama. I gave this one 4 stars. It's got Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, poor Heath Ledger. Yeah, it's such a good little romance, like fun movie for all ages, I would say. The Sixth Sense, 1999. Not every gift is a blessing. Following an unexpected tragedy, child psychologist Malcolm Crowe meets a 9-year-old boy named Cole Sear, who is hiding a dark secret. This is a thriller, mystery, horror drama. It's got Bruce Willis, Toni Collette. I gave this 5 stars. This is also one of my favorite movies. It's chilling, has a great twist. I love movies with a twist. I'd probably say that like thriller, mysteries are like my favorite type of movie. And I also love a good quality comedy. The Bone Collector, 1999. 2 cops on the trail of a serial killer. They must see as one. They must act as one. They must think as one before another victim falls. Rookie cop Amelia Donahue reluctantly teams with Lincoln Rhyme, formerly the department's top homicide detective, but now paralyzed as a result of spinal injury, to catch a grisly serial killer dubbed the Bone Collector. The murderer's special signature is to leave tantalizing clues based on the grim remains of his crimes. This is a thriller, mystery, crime drama. It has Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie. I gave this 5 stars. It is such a good thriller. It really keeps you on your toes. Double Jeopardy, 1999. I think this is my all-time favorite movie. It has Ashley Judd. Murder isn't always crime. A woman framed for her husband's murder suspects he is still alive, and as she has already been tried for the crime, she can't be re-prosecuted if she finds him and kills him. Drama, mystery, thriller. Obviously given it 5 stars. Ashley Judd, Tommy Lee Jones, Bruce Greenwood. It's great. It might not be everyone's top favorite movie, but I'm sure everyone would appreciate and enjoy it. Along Came a Spider, 2001. The game is far from over. After the harrowing death of his partner, detective and best-selling author Alex Cross has retreated to the peace of retirement. But when a brilliant criminal kidnaps a senator's young daughter, Alex is lured back into action. Teamed with the Secret Service agent assigned to protect the missing girl, Alex follows a serpentine trail of clues that leads him to a stunning discovery. The kidnapper wants more than just ransom. Mystery, action, crime, thriller, 5 stars. It has Morgan Freeman, Monica Potter. I feel like a lot of these movies that I've been recommending have a lot of similar actors. Spirited Away, 2001. Fantasy can be captivating. A young girl, Chihiro, becomes trapped in a strange new world of spirits. When her parents undergo a mysterious transformation, she must call upon the courage she never knew she had to free her family. This is a family fantasy animation. I remember watching this as a little girl and literally remembering it as a fever dream and then realizing it was a real movie when I rewatched it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's it's so good. It's like weird, but in a good way. The Others, 2001. Sooner or later she'll see them, then everything will be different. Grace is a religious woman who lives in an old house kept dark between her 2 children. Anne and Nicholas have a rare sensitivity to light. When the family begins to suspect the house is haunted, Grace fights to protect her children at any cost in the face of strange events and disturbing visions. It's a mystery thriller horror. It has Nicole Kidman, and she is amazing in this role. Again, it has a great twist, kind of like, I'd say it's very similar to The Sixth Sense. So if you have seen that, or kind of like the sound of both of them, they're similar. They're great. So that concludes our little movie review synopsis reading for this video. If you guys enjoy it, I am more than happy to keep going. We did 30 movie reviews, recommendations, and I can make another one. I have plenty more movie recommendations, where they came from. And yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video. It was something like a little bit different that I tried. It might not be for everyone, but I kind of like the storytelling, like storybook reading vibe that this gives. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to support me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Cassia ASMR. Goodbye.